You don't need to lift a single finger in order to shift your state of being. In that sense, it's the laziest practice. And this is what I feel inspired to talk about today, because to be fair, my body is absolutely exhausted. I am tired. But that is not stopping me from playing the IMX game. Because the IMX game is played on a vibrational level that is not affected by the physical level. It is an inside job, so no matter what happens on the quote-unquote outside, you can keep that inner light, you can keep that inner spark, you can keep that inner radiance, no matter what appears in front of you. No matter what the suggestions might be, you can still play your acts. And this is the beauty of the IMX game, is that the more that you learn how to master your state of being, the more that you learn to be loyal to the state of being that you want to come from, no matter what the situation is, the more you will embody that, the more skillful you will become. And in a sense, operating outside of this realm, being in this world, but not of it. And so I want you to practice with me today. This laziest practice. It's a beautiful practice that you can always apply, even if you're tired, even if you had a workout, or you just had a big meal, or you just don't feel like doing anything. You can still choose your state of being, because you don't need to lift a single finger forward. A single finger. All that it requires is a gentle shift of focus. Paying attention to the state of being that you want to bring into fruition. So pay attention. You just need a little spark. Even when you're tired and your mind just wants to go down like quicksand. Just stay open, just stay receptive, and just listen pristinely to that harmony, that song of your soul that wants to play. Even if the body is tired, it doesn't matter. Your spirit is always in good spirits. So play with me. See if you can totally just relax the body, relax the mind, completely surrender. Just give it all back to life. There's no need for you to control anything. It gets too tiring anyway to try and control all these things. The only thing you can truly control is your attention, and your attention you want to place back on that pristine state of being, that feeling that feels good. And it's always there, my friend. That North Star, your X, your soul frequency is always there. Even if it's seemingly obstructed by the heavy clouds of the mind, it's still there. And the more often you tune into it, the more often you give it just that ever gentle spark, pa, the more confident you become in it, the more embodied you become in this state. And then even in moments where you're exhausted, when you're tired, you can just gently shift your attention of all of the objects and controlling the object. You just shift it back and place it again on that essence, on that frequency. And the more often you do this, the more powerful you become. And in any situation, you can then, even in a situation where you experience fear or exhaustion or confusion, it's just a simple flick, in a sense, a simple shift. And you don't even think about it. It's just a shifting of focus, of attention, to that little bit more subtle, little bit more pure state of being that is not affected by all of these things. But this is why we call it the subtle art of staying true. It requires you to become more subtle, to become more refined, to, in a sense, become purer, merge more with the background. Go deeper, because from that deeper awareness, you have much greater control and you are less affected by the surface level waves. Even if there's a storm going on the surface, deep in the ocean, it's still, it's fine. And so this is the invitation also to withdraw your allegiance from the surface level mental assumptions and controlling and trying and striving. It gets tiring. I know, it gets fucking exhausting. And that exhaustion is guiding us to go deeper within ourselves and to find there that stillness, that rest. And from that rest, you can still bliss the F out. You can still express your X all the way out. You can still be guns blazing, fully blazing, like a star, with no effort. Maybe in the beginning it seems to take a little effort, but once you get the hang of it, it's so natural. It's so refreshing. It's rejuvenating. And then even if you're tired, even if you're exhausted of trying, of being here on earth, whatever the reason might be, you can actually recharge the batteries. You can recharge your X, your true embodiment. And you will have an endless supply of joy, of love, of energy, of truth, of excitement. It's always there, the veins, the love, the light, like the magical star elixir that flows through your veins. That is your X. And it's always there, but it's just beyond your blindsided edge. You got to turn away from the mind and all of these gross things that are a little bit superficial and turn inwards, go deeper, become more subtle, become more refined. And from that deeper state of awareness, you can choose your state of being. You can dictate your reality. In a loving way, you can command your realities to be like this and to be like that, and to assume, to put in a sense on a jacket or to wear the cape or the garment of the state of being that you want to wear. So wear that, choose it consciously, what you want to wear. And you can choose it in every situation. So choose something powerful, choose something that aligns with your spirit, because the choice is up to you. But if we're here on the surface fighting and controlling and resisting and I can't do it, you won't remember that you have this choice. And you will be too scattered, there will be too much interference for you to hear your soul calling you back into the depths, into the truth of who you are. And then you can even bring the depths, you can bring that to the surface. And even on the surface, you can express your X. But sometimes it requires you to just let go of those surface level layers and to go back deeper into that awareness, where that subtle, pure frequency is always playing, is whispering. Do this, be this, act on this. This is how you want to be. This is how you want to be. This is important. How do you want to be? Not necessarily like who you want to be, but how do you want to be? Do you want to be fearless? Do you want to be free? Do you want to be loving? Do you want to be patient? Do you want to be forgiving? Do you want to be powerful? No matter what, this is how you want to be. And then that will take care of the who. How, who is just the same thing. The words are just scrambled around. But ask yourself, how do I want to be? Regardless of any of these circumstances in front of me. That's true empowerment, my friend. How do you want to be? Decide on that, so that even when you're tired, even when you're pissed, even when you're angry, even when you're sad, you can still approach that from a state of how you want to be, regardless if these emotions, sensations move through you. For me, I just want to have my heart open all the time, no matter what happens. I don't want anything to stop me from being open, receptive, from being fearless, and from just radiating the joy, the light that I feel in my soul. I do not want to let anything hold me back from just being the light. So no matter what is on the outside, I keep that inner light. And you can do the same, because you too are the creator. It's just a matter of going deep within yourself, learning to master this subtle art of staying true, and recognizing that you can always do it. You can always choose how you want to be. You can always choose your attitude. You always have this choice, my friend, but sometimes you just don't realize you have this choice when you're on the surface fighting, controlling, fighting these shadows, these lack beliefs, these programs that you picked up that are not even yours. Just first reset, let go back to that zero, go back to that awareness, that seeming emptiness, but which at the same time is so full. And in that openness, in that receptiveness, in that depth, in that purity, you will naturally feel again like you have the choice to choose how you want to feel, regardless of any circumstance, regardless of anything of the surface. You can still choose what you want to express, what you want to manifest. So stay true, my friend. Keep it light, keep it playful, and don't let anything tell you that you do not have a choice, that you do not have the power to choose how you want to feel. You have the power to choose how you want to feel always. So use that, choose that. And don't see it as a heavy duty. Even on your laziest days, when your body feels tired, when you don't feel like doing anything, you can still blissfully, playfully assume, choose the state of being that you want to emanate, radiate, manifest into creation. Stay true, my friend, and stay tuned for more IMX content on this channel. Also, if you want to dive deeper into what your X is, I'm still open for free donation-based one-on-one calls. If you don't have any money to offer, that's totally fine. Just bring your heart, just bring your soul, and just lay it all out on the table. And then we can have a look at what is the highest, the truest for you. Drop any inspirations or questions you have in the comments. And just take a moment to just let all of this settle, for it to integrate naturally without any effort on your behalf. Just let it sink into your being. The remembrance, the knowing that you are the creator, that you do not have to fight these surface level waves, that you can just allow yourself to be aware of the depths of your being, to know yourself on a deep level, and from that spaciousness, freedom, you can choose who you are. So first, recognize the fact that you already are. That automatically gives you the freedom from all appearances. And then within that freedom, you just choose what feels most true, what feels most natural. This is the essence of IMX and of the subtle art of staying true. And this is what we will master together. Should it resonate? Should this align? Stay true, my friend. I'll see you in the next video.